have been asking me to put my slime recipe on YouTube so that you can make it at home or maybe add some to the current slime that we've made in the lab. So I thought I'd bring you a video from Scott Laboratories so that I could show you how to make your very own slime. So we're going to start off by just kind of talking about the ingredients, but I will be placing the ingredients in the description below if you guys want to maybe talk to your parents to go out and get some ingredients on your own. But what you will need first is a pan or a bowl. We use these aluminum tins and they actually clean up nicely. We've done this experiment over 23 times now, and we've only had to rinse the pins out just a little. So you can use a pan for that. And the first thing that you're going to want to do is get 1 cup of glue. So 1 cup of glue will give you a lot of slime. It's good to just use that much too, to save a little bit. If you use too much, your slime might turn out a little too thick and not the consistency that we're going for, which is kind of like that ooey gooey, bouncy polymer kind of material. So I have a measuring cup here. I'm going to fill it up to the number 1, and I'm going to have 1 cup of glue. Now that I got my 1 cup of glue, I can add some food coloring to that. So you can really use any color that you want. You can use multiple colors. Actually, some of my students have taken the slime we made here in the lab home and they've added their own colors to it, which is pretty cool. So I'm just gonna add some reddish food coloring. When it mixes with the glue though, it'll come out more pink. And I'm just gonna add 2 drops. If you add too much, it could stain your hands. So be careful, and if you end up adding more, you can always wash your hands with vinegar and salt to kind of scrub it off if it does get on your hands. But now that I have my glue and my food coloring, I'm going to also add some glitter. You don't have to add glitter, it's just for fun. I like to add some glitter. It doesn't stick on you quite as much when you put it in slime as it does with other art projects. And 1 cup of water. So in this measuring cup, I have 1 cup of glue, a little pinch of glitter, 2 drops of food coloring, and my water, and I'm going to stir it up. So you want to make sure to stir it up really, really good. If you don't stir it up well enough, it'll be a little too chunky and it won't quite mix with the borax well enough, and it won't work the way you want. It'll be like chunky and dry. So you want to mix it up real good, almost to where it looks like a strawberry, like milk kind of material. So I'm going to work on mixing that real quick. And after I mix my glue, I'm going to pour it into the pan. So right now I have a liquid. But remember, when you are talking about slime, you're talking about what's called a non-Newtonian fluid. So it's not really a liquid, not really a solid. It takes the shape of whatever container you put it in, but it takes a while to do that. So if you were to put it in a big old cup, at the end of the day, it would look like that cup. If you were to put it in a spoon, oh well, it would start to drip off the side of the spoon, but it would drip very slowly, so you'd have to wait. If you pull your slime apart too fast, it'll break, and you'll see that in a minute. But now that I have my slime mixture in the pan, I'm going to add another thing, and this is where I messed up the first time I did this. We're going to add some borax, but we're only going to add 1 teaspoon of borax to 1 cup of water. So this works best with warm water. The borax doesn't really dissolve well in cold water, but I'm using room temperature water, and as long as I stir it up pretty good, it'll still do what we want it to do. So I have my glue mixture there in the pan, and I'm going to pour my borax mixture on top. Now I have to work it, knead it, mash it up, and eventually it will transform. So we're going to take care of that now. So I have my glue in my pan. I'm going to mix it up, mix it around. And at first it's like a ooey gooey, watery kind of slime. And it's sticky like glue, but if I work it for long enough, it'll start to transform. Now don't give up on it. Make sure that you're working it, you're working with your parents, have them work it too, help it out, and mash it up really well. And it will take time. It's not gonna happen instantly. So I'm gonna take a minute here and I'm just gonna mix this all on up. So now I'm reaching my end of the mixture. My favorite strategy is to flatten it out like a flat pancake. Fold the pancake in half, mash it, fold it in half again, mash it. Then eventually you'll get this ball of slime material. Now the cool thing about a non-Newtonian fluid is that, like, if you put it on the side of a table, it'll start to droop off the table at the end of the day, but it takes time. Not like water to where it will just start dripping off the table. So with my slime here, if I pull it really quickly, it snaps right in half. And that's okay. A lot of people think that they didn't make the slime correctly when they do that. But with this slime, what you have to do is you have to let gravity do the work for you. So when I have my slime here, if I pinch it and I just let gravity put pressure and pull slow, I'll notice that my slime starts to get really stretchy and bendy. And there you have it. So you can even change the color after you make it if you want to add some food coloring to it. You got your slime. It's pretty fun to play with. And the cool thing about it is once it's done, you can do a lot of stuff with it. You can watch it, observe. You can leave it on the side of the table and let it ooze down the side of the table. You can bounce it and watch the elasticity of your non-Newtonian fluid. And you can just play with it, and the best thing about it is that it doesn't really make a mess once it's at this stage. So what I would recommend doing after you make it, go wash your hands, come back, and then it's not super sticky. I would always avoid using it on your couch. Don't go anywhere near your dog. You might try to eat it. You don't want your dog to eat it. Make sure to keep it away from your mouth. You don't want to eat this, even though it might look like ice cream, that's not. And there you have it. You have your Scott Laboratories slime. Oops. If you make this slime at home, leave a comment in the video and tell me how it turned out. Thanks.